So when I was 16, tra-la-la, I was pregnant with my then boyfriend. Got pregnant from my then boyfriend. It's amazing to think I do this for a living, isn't it? It's not, it's not well. When I told my dad, he told me immediately I would have an abortion. I asked him if I could adopt. He said no. I wanted to keep my baby. He said no. Abortion was the only option. So I scheduled my appointment with Planned Parenthood, and this Planned Parenthood did not perform the abortion. They simply performed the sonogram, find out how far along I was, where I needed to go. They estimated 8 to 9 weeks, and when I asked if I could see the screen, she told me no, that there was no reason for me to see the screen. I wouldn't be able to see anything, and that was that. I was 16, I was terrified, and I was not as strong-willed as I am now. So I ended up going through with my abortion, which is a whole other long story. But to deal with that, I was very vocally pro-choice for years and years. And so to me, during that time, pro-life meant you were scum of the earth. You were always an asshole. You hated women. You were just, in general, bad people. You didn't care. And I had convinced myself it was a choice that I wanted, because that was the only way for me to get out of bed. When I was 19, I became pregnant again with our eldest, who just turned 7 on Monday. Oh my God. And I remember going in for my 8-week ultrasound or sonogram with her, thinking it was ridiculous, because I remember the woman told me that there was nothing to see. So when I looked up on that screen at 8 weeks exactly, and there's this little body and a little head and these little nubs for arms and legs and 160 beat per minute heartbeat, my entire world broke. Like, there was nothing in me that could prepare me for that moment, because it didn't matter what anyone told me. It didn't matter what lies there were. I'm not saying lies on pro-choice or pro-life side. I mean, just in general, it did not matter what anyone said. This wasn't emotion. This was facts. This was biology in front of me, a human being, and I had to think back 3 years ago what had to have been terminated. And for me, it took a long time. I went through the steps of different type of pro-lifer and how I felt about people, and 7 years later, here I am, and pro-life has meant a lot of different things to me still. And to make this quick, pro-life to me is pro-love. I've had an abortion. It doesn't matter if it was a choice that I wanted or not. I had one. I have no room to judge anyone who has an abortion, or if you're abortion-minded, or if you have 10 abortions. I will not think less of you. None of us will think less of you. Because to myself and to all of us, it is about loving you as an individual, as a community. We loved you as an embryo. We're going to love you at 75 years old. It's that simple. And you know, kind of bringing in about what each of these mean for us as an atheist myself, to me it's even more about the science and the biology of it and the consistency. My daughter that just turned 7, she was the exact same human she was at 8 weeks in the womb. No one would ever fathom thinking that it'd be okay for me to end her life now. And for us, that's really what it's about. It's about finding the true equality in all human beings, regardless of our vulnerability.